Don't you know who I am?
Nintendo, fine young lady.
Nintendo Game Talk.
Welcome everyone to Nintendo Game Talk. My name is Koloko, and today I'm going to be talking about Nintendo Switch's momentum in 2019. Momentum can kill a console, and momentum can make a console thrive. Nintendo Switch is having a great 2 years thus far. It had a great first year, and it's even having a better second year sales-wise. That's a stark contrast from the Nintendo Wii U, which stumbled its way through its 5-year lifespan after having a okay debut. It sold pretty well when it first came out, but after that, Nintendo didn't follow up with the games. It relied a little bit too much on the Nintendo Wii name, and it thought that, hey, people bought 100 million Wiis, they're gonna buy a lot of Wii U's. Well, that's not the way it worked.
No.
With the Nintendo Switch, it's been different. They've actually taken matters into their own hands and supplied month after month with products for consumers to purchase and to be attracted to the Switch. Last year was a whole bunch of first-party games. This year it's been a lot of third-party games. But they've maintained momentum, especially right now. We got, in the last 2 months of the year, Pokemon and Smash. Pokemon broke records by selling 3 million copies in the first 3 days, the most of any Nintendo Switch game thus far. And Smash Ultimate seems to be projecting to break that.
Gulp.
But does it all end there?
I don't know.
Is that it for the Nintendo Switch?
Maybe.
Are we talking about 2019 being horrible as far as momentum goes?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No.
2019 starts off with Super Mario Brothers for the Wii U, the port that includes the original game and the Luigi game. And a lot of people might say, well, we already played that game. Well, who's we? Because there's not a whole lot of you. I was a Wii U owner, but only a few other million were, 14 million or so. So all these people that bought a Switch that maybe just slept on Nintendo after the Wii, you know, they might want to play a brand new 2D Mario game. If you haven't seen it, it's new to you. Is that it though? Is that after Mario? Does the momentum end there? Absolutely not. We got Daemon X Machina. We got Luigi's Mansion. We got Animal Crossing. We got the Game Freak game Town. We got Yoshi. And still, supposedly Pikmin is also coming next year. All this before we even talk about Pokemon in November. So this momentum, it looks a lot like the first year of the Switch's life is what Nintendo is doing here. They're taking matters back into their own hands. They seem to be releasing one big title every month for 2019 alone. Now, that being said, as much as Nintendo likes to say that they aren't competing with PS4 and with Xbox One or with Sony and Microsoft, they are. Because as much as you would like to say that they have a blue ocean strategy, that's true, but at the same time, they're competing for people's money. You only have a certain amount to pay for video games. You can't just possibly go out and buy every single video game that you see.
I want to do that.
So you have to sometimes make choices.
I refuse.
Even Sony admitted that the Nintendo Switch was giving them some kind of problems in an interview last year when they were asked about what kind of problems have you been facing. They replied with the Switch is one thing that has caused us issues, or it's called us problems, something like that. So if Sony can admit it, you know that Nintendo's also thinking about the same thing. If there is a Switch Pro,
Chico, that's a big if.
it will be releasing in 2020. Next year, to me, does not make any sense. They don't need it. They don't need especially with Pokemon coming out. You already saw what Pokemon Let's Go sold, 3 million in 3 days. They don't need a huge Pokemon game and a new system next year. They just don't need it. It's enough for that. But they do need something to reply to a PS5 because it is all about momentum. If Nintendo was to release a Switch Pro in December or in November or in October, and then a few months later in 2020, you get a PS5, everybody's going to jump on that bandwagon. Everybody's going to kind of forget about the Switch Pro. However, if they continue this momentum, and in 2020, when PlayStation announces their PS5, Nintendo's right there to counter them with their product, you could be sure that is the correct thing, and that would be kind of a wise decision. I don't see it happening the other way. I'd see it happening that they're releasing their Switch Pro to kind of sort of compete with the PS5 in terms of attention and in terms of grasping the consumer's attention. So anyways, that's what I think about the Switch's momentum in 2019, but I'd like to know what you think. How do you think 2019 is going to be? Are you expecting the Switch Pro in 2019, or do you think it's going to be in 2020? Let me know below, and if you do, I'll clean all your dishes just using my feet. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please hit that like button, hit subscribe, and stick around for more Nintendo Game Talk. Later.